From the incredible moment a powerful tsunami crashes into shore and a massive landslide carries several empty houses out to sea, to a terrifying close-range tornado tearing through a city street and an underwater sinkhole swallowing tree after tree. After the North Dakota oil boom, the city of Dickinson became one of the fastest-growing cities in the United States. In fact, the population has almost doubled over the past 20 years. Those new residents learned that Dickinson is oddly prone to hailstorms. Between 2013 and 2016, there were 9 reported hailstorms within a 10-mile radius. One of those storms hit in June of 2016, and a local man recorded the event from the safety of his home. What began as a light storm turned into a dangerous nightmare in the blink of an eye. The video begins with pretty heavy hail, and you can see bits of leaves fluttering through the yard. But the storm picks up, the wind and lightning intensify, and branches start flying around like they're coming out of a wood chipper. By the end, his lawn looks like someone emptied a giant salt shaker on the grass. Once all was said and done, hundreds of properties were damaged. Virtually every home in the town had a claim of some kind, not to mention all the cars riddled with dents. Thankfully, though, it doesn't seem that any injuries were reported.
Assumption Parish is a parish or county located in southern Louisiana. Towards the northern border of the county lies a problem that has plagued the area for years: the Bayou Corn Sinkhole. It was first discovered in August of 2012 and forced 350 residents to evacuate their homes. The following year, the government sent a team out to investigate the sinkhole. As soon as they got there, they knew something was up. John Boudreau took out his camera and began filming right as the sinkhole opened up beneath the water, swallowing several trees in a matter of seconds.
Oh, it's that down right there. See right there? Again. Breathe forward. Go all in.
The sinkhole swallows the trees with ease. One by one, they disappear below the surface, never to be seen again. It must have been a pretty scary feeling to be standing so close to it. Thankfully for John and his team, they all walked away uninjured. The cause of the sinkhole was found to be from a salt mine which had collapsed. Problems began back in 2010 when the company that owned the mine applied for a permit to expand it. Tests were done to determine if it would be safe, and the results were unsatisfactory. Undeterred, the company continued onwards, and, well, you know what happened next. By 2018, the sinkhole had grown to encompass 34 acres and is believed to still be expanding today.
The summer of 2022 and beyond has been a catastrophic time for Pakistan. Record-setting temperatures melted glaciers in the northeastern part of the country. At the same time, southern Pakistan experienced back-to-back heat waves between May and June. both setting and then breaking their own records. Sherry Rehman, the Pakistani Minister of Climate Change, pointed to the massive increase in rainfall as a contributing factor. According to her, at least 1/3 of the country is underwater, as places like Sindh and Balochistan provinces received 784% and 500% more rainfall than expected. Sadly, the floods have already claimed almost 1,600 lives and counting. Experts say the flooding and heavy monsoons have affected 33 million people and caused $40 billion in damages thus far. There's no telling how long it'll last, and the footage and photos coming out of Pakistan are breaking hearts around the world. Since mid-June, Pakistan has lost over 800,000 homes, with another 1.2 million receiving some kind of flood damage. Sindh and Balochistan provinces received the bulk of the damage, losing almost 1 million livestock animals, 7,900 miles of road, and 374 bridges. These figures all according to the National Disaster Management Authority of Pakistan. The 2022 Pakistan floods are quickly becoming one of the worst in modern history.
Wildfires can start for a variety of reasons. Sometimes it's malicious intent or human error. Other times, nature simply finds a way. The Carr Fire in 2018 was one that Mother Nature simply can't be blamed for. While driving down a highway, an RV got a flat tire, and as the driver continued on, sparks began to fly from the wheel as it scraped the asphalt, igniting dry brush off the side of the road. The fire spread unhindered for days, ultimately burning 369 square miles of Shasta, California. Video from a helicopter shows us the scale of the blaze. For as far as the eye can see, the hills burned. But there is something else they captured that ended up being the real highlight. Known as the Redding Fire Whirl, the crew captured what many believe to be the largest firenado ever seen. It stretched a whopping 18,000 feet into the air and reached wind speeds of 143 miles per hour, on par with an EF3 tornado. Notice the rotating vortex of smoke around the fire. In the end, the Carr Fire destroyed 1,600 buildings, almost 1,100 of which were residential properties. It was the 7th most destructive fire in California history and took nearly 5,000 firefighters to contain. What started as a simple flat tire turned into a $1.6 billion nightmare.
Just before noon on April 25th of 2015, a powerful 7.8 magnitude earthquake rocked Nepal. It struck the Gorkha district near the capital city of Kathmandu, which is home to about 252,000 people. Thankfully, most civilians were outside when the earthquake hit, drastically reducing the loss of life. The earthquake's epicenter was east of the district. Its hypocenter, or where the quake originated, was only 5 miles below ground. It was the worst natural disaster to hit Nepal since 1934, when the Nepal-Bihar earthquake claimed over 10,000 lives. CCTV footage captured the moment the earthquake struck the capital city. Pedestrians run into the streets to escape the buildings. But this first quake wasn't the end. Not by a long shot. Aftershocks continued in the days following, with 2 registering at 6.6 and 6.7. 2 weeks later, a massive 7.3 magnitude aftershock hit the country, but it could honestly be considered its own earthquake. This one happened closer to the Chinese border, between Kathmandu and Mount Everest, and struck about 11.5 miles below the surface. Earthquakes weren't the only natural disaster plaguing the area that day. Avalanches on Mount Pumori, a Himalayan mountain about 5 miles west of Mount Everest, led to the worst day in Everest history. The earthquake caused snow and ice to tumble down the mountain and crash into the south base camp on Mount Everest.